Hi, welcome in. My name is Ricardo, and this is Unique Wood Projects. And I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, why am I watching a YouTube video about woodworking and this guy's dressed in a full-on suit? And there is a good reason for that. This is my day trade outfit. I am an accountant, and I do my woodworking on the side like many of you. I have a 9-to-5 job, I have a family, I have kids. So I tend to fit in a lot of my woodworking in the middle of all, life. And kind of just wanted to make an introductory video about what it is that I do. Not only with the channel, on the side business and making planters and just DIY projects in general, but also kind of like a breakdown, an introductory breakdown, if you will, about some tools and stuff that you might need to do this on the side and be successful, at least as successful as I have been in my beginning woodworking journey. So stick around and we could go over some of the things that I have in mind for the channel, for Unique Wood Projects, and also some of the projects specifically that I want to get into for the channel, just to kind of bolster some of the things that we could do as a side business to make some money on the side, which is really the intent of this channel. So it also allows me a chance to get out of this suit because it is very hot. I live in the Valley in LA County, so I am in my garage. This is just a regular 2-car garage. It's not a fancy shop. So it's very hot. I don't have the AC on here because I don't want the video to have a lot of noise. So stick with me and we'll go over some of the specifics of the channel and my goals for the channel itself. All right, that's much better. I'm changing to some cool clothing, and actually it's the next day. I couldn't bear to come in here and actually work in the garage and make that video. It's just too hot. For context, I live in the Valley in LA County, and it was very hot yesterday. I think it was in the 90s. So today, bright and early, it's kind of cool. I got my coffee. I have my list of the things that I want to discuss in this video, and I think it'll be a better setting. So I want this video to be kind of a rundown of my just general goals for the channel and my content. I'll bullet point it, and one of which is going to be just, again, my goals about what kind of projects I'm going to be doing, my aim, so my target audience, as well as like my background and the channel philosophy, because I do have it. And they're pretty strong points to the channel itself. Again, I know I'm a beginner and I don't have a lot invested in this with regards to time and money as many other content creators do, but I think I gotta add some value to a lot of people starting off in woodworking and just making some like side hustle projects that will make you some extra money just for added income on something on the side. Again, a lot of us are doing this in a garage just like this, right? So stick around and we'll go over some of the things that you can do in order to make some extra money, and also what the content is going to be about in general. Okay, so for starters, my main goal for this channel is going to be focused on editing. My editing is very, very lacking, I have found, and so it has given me a newfound appreciation for a lot of content creators out there who edit, add in music to the background and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get a handle on it, which kind of ties me into my background. I have had a background in photography before. I've done it semi-professionally while I've been doing my regular job. I've had a lot of gigs, whether it be weddings, baby showers, you name it. I've done the video, sorry, not the video, the photography for it. And so going into video, editing is completely different. So again, a lot of props to the people that do this for a living. It's not easy, but that's going to be one of my main goals, is getting better at the editing portion of it. Now, if you've been around in the channel from my past 2 videos, yes, I only have 2 videos. The first one you'll notice was very long. So my goal was to kind of take that and condense that down. My second video was closer to, I think, like 12 minutes or so. So that's more the format that I want to be able to dish out, which is a little bit more compact. Editing is a little bit more streamlined. I don't show you like the full cuts and stuff like that, but I still want to be very transparent about the things that I'm doing when it comes to using the miter saw or the table saw, taking you to those stations, just showing you how to cut things, staying safe, wearing PPE. That's very important for me in this channel. A lot of the people that are going to be viewing this channel are going to be beginners, right? That's not saying that this is only targeted for beginners, but if you are a beginner, I want you to be able to not only go to the comments and ask questions if you see something, but also know that I am a beginner myself. Again, part of my background is I've acquired a lot of these tools, kind of like from my stepdad over the years, He's left a lot of these to me. I just recently bought things like the table saw. I've been gifted a few tools as well. And so I've kind of ran with that, you know. This was not a viable option for me. It all started with making planters for my mother, right? And doing DIY projects around the house. So the background for me, again, is out of necessity. I started doing this. So that might be your story. It might be that you are doing this out of necessity and you want to be able to make some extra money on the side to pay back for some of the tools you've invested, right? Or just fixing stuff around the house. My focus has been on like planters and stuff like that. And while I want to keep doing that, I want to do other type of projects as well, home improvement stuff, anything woodworking that you have to use tools and stuff like that. That's kind of my bread and butter. A lot of the content creation channels that I follow have to do specifically with that. So that's the wheelhouse that I aim for. So stick around and we could discuss a lot of where this channel is going to go, which leads me directly into my next point. All right, so steering away from my background. The last thing I want to say about that is, like, over the years, I've noticed I'm a man of many hobbies. Any hobby that I take on, I tend to want to perfect it. And, you know, one of the things that I do is I perfect my craft as perfect as you can be in any craft, right? And I like to teach others. So I've been instilled with the ability to be able to get information, get better at it, and then disseminate that information to a lot of people. And then it's really what content creation is really about, right? So a lot of people just suggested, you know, make these videos, help other people. And I adapt to that philosophy a lot just because I've done a lot of hobbies before. I've been into like making aquariums, you know, also like disc golfing and just random stuff where I do hobbies and, you know, I try to perfect them and I invest a lot of time and money into them. And I help other people along the way. Photography was one of them. So I have a friend, close friend now, who I got started with photography, and now he's doing video editing. He's done a few music videos himself. So I take pride in being able to teach a lot of people. So I think if one thing, my aim for this channel is going to be just teaching you some of the basics of like woodworking, shortcuts. And honestly, it's going to be focused on not overspending on tools. A lot of the content creation that I see now, this is going to lead me into the channel philosophy, is a lot of people just pushing products on you. And I'm going to be very resound in the fact that I don't want this channel to be that. So I want this channel to be about, you know, making projects, making some extra money on the side. If this helps you, you know, how you can teach others how to do it, getting people involved in woodworking, getting your children involved, family just in general. I think that's one of my main goals here. So I will want to say, and I wanted to hold myself accountable in making this introductory video and saying that I don't want to take on sponsorships for this channel. Making YouTube videos is not going to be like a source of revenue for me. I'm not interested in the AdSense or the sponsorship. And I've told a lot of people this very decisive mindset that I have, and they don't understand it. And so the reality is, as I mentioned earlier on, I'm an accountant. I make my money from being an accountant, and I love that. I love being an accountant. And when I get into this garage and I'm doing woodworking and I'm doing planters for mom or family members or stuff like that, I get a lot of joy from it. And I don't want this to deviate into something else. So if making content is going to add to that experience for me, that's what I want to do. So again, I want to make this kind of as like a pact for the channel of non-sponsorship. At times I will possibly tell you my 2 cents on tools I already have or tools that I require to do certain things. But this channel is actually going to be focused on the opposite. It's going to be focused on tools you don't need. A lot of times with content creation, they'll tell you, you need this, this, and that. And I don't want this channel to be that specifically. I want to offer you alternatives. If you don't have a lot of tools, if your tool wall doesn't look like this, you could still make a lot of these projects. That's what the goal is going to be here. So I don't want this to be intimidating. I almost didn't have a tool wall, but this started as a tool wall at first. So I did not want to take it down just for the sake of, you know, relating to a DIYer that's just beginning. But with that said, I want to stress, I am somebody who's starting. And in my videos, I would imagine you're going to see a lot of mistakes that get made. And I want it to be that. I want to show the mistakes. I want to be able to you know, show you step by step or that I'm following certain plans, because there's a lot of people that do content creation with working very well already, and they have plans that they sell and stuff like that. And I don't want to sell plans. I want to be able to show you step by step measurements on the screen while I'm doing projects. And that's going to be my goal. My goal is always going to be you guys as viewers, and giving you content that's going to be very helpful to you in your woodworking experience. So I'm always going to be up for comments and taking criticism where you have it, especially with video editing. I think that's going to be my most absorbed content from you, the audience. So any tips and tricks you could give me, I'd be more than happy to take them on. I know this format is very dialogue oriented, but my editing, I want it to be a little bit more fluid and, you know, showing motions and stuff like that, and with measurements on screen and stuff like that. I have an idea of how I want to do the editing. So moving forward, if you follow the channel from the beginning, I want you to be able to interject that to me as an audience. So again, thank you so much for sticking around. I know this is just like a talking head talking to you guys, but I really do appreciate your time. I appreciate you stopping in the channel, and I hope this channel gets bigger with some of the smaller projects that we have lined up. And I do have quite a few lined up at this point. Some of them are focused more on planters and stuff like that, but I want to deviate from some stuff, making some cool like festive stuff for holidays and things like that. So stick around. I think you'll actually enjoy a lot of it, and always offer direction for the channel if you like. I'm very open to it. Again, this channel is going to be more about the viewers than it is going to be about me and my content. I want you to be able to interact in that way. So thanks for sticking around. If you made it to the end here, I really appreciate you and your patronage. So I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.